Hello and welcome to Thought of the Day. Last year we had a pandemic called COVID-19 thrust upon us. Here in the UK and all around the world, nations were taken by surprise. We might have been taken by surprise, but let me say to you today, God is never taken by surprise. God knows all seasons. We are now in a new season. We are now in the year 2021. And the theme this year here at the Estuary Group of Churches is Significant Seasons. I want to talk to you about a triathlon. Have you ever watched an athlete take part in a triathlon? The Ironman triathlon is the hardest triathlon to compete in. The men and women that enter this race have to swim 2.4 miles. Then they jump on a bike dripping wet from the swim and cycle for 112 miles. After this epic bike ride, they then have to run for 26.2 miles before they cross the finish line. That's an Ironman triathlon. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's a race of endurance and strength for mind, body and soul. Are you ready to run the race to reach the goal that is set before you in this new season? Are you ready to get your head down and train like an athlete this year? Are you ready to focus on the goal that is set before you? Hebrews 12 gives us a good idea of how to run the race that is set before us. This is what it says. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. It's a fantastic chapter in Hebrews. Chapter 11 of the book of Hebrews is the faith chapter. This chapter helps us out as it explains what faith is. To run the race, we must have faith. To run the race, we are advised to look unto Jesus. He is our author and finisher of our faith. The Christian life is often likened to the race of endurance. That is why I opened this Thought of the Day today with a description of the Ironman triathlon. Hebrews 11:1 tells us what faith looks like. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." You see, we cannot see faith, but faith is the evidence of what we cannot see. To run the race as described in Hebrews 12, the runner must not look to the other contestants, but must ever keep his eyes fixed on Jesus. Many years ago, a pastor said to me, "Paul, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus and you won't go far wrong." Now, I've always considered this to be really good advice. For over the years, I've had my ups and downs like all of us. But keeping my eyes fixed on Jesus has always got me through it. You see, to participate in a triathlon race, the athlete must train, otherwise he or she would never cross the finish line. They would weaken and drop before ever getting close to the finish line. Believe me when I say, God has a fresh green pasture ready to be sown for you and for me. We are like athletes. We need to keep training to reach the finish line. In Philippians 1:6, Paul said to the Philippian church, "He who has begun a good work in you will continue to perfect and complete it." Some years ago, well actually quite a few years ago now, years just fly past, I was a windsurfer. I wasn't born a windsurfer. I didn't become a windsurfer overnight. It took a lot of training and a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication to become a windsurfer. There were many obstacles to overcome, the biggest one being not being able to bend my left leg. You see, there wasn't a book or an instructor who could help me. No one could teach me how to windsurf with a disability. It wasn't easy, but whoever said life is easy? Eventually, I joined a windsurfing club at Chalkwell Beach and competed in races against able-bodied men and women. I ended up being sponsored by a local windsurfing shop and taught several people to windsurf. I suppose I could have bought a windsurfing board. I could have set it all up on the beach, set the sail up, set the mast and the boom up, tightened the sail down, looked at it on the beach before I ever sailed out to sea and thought, that looks really good, but never sailed that board. Would this make me a windsurfer? Well, the answer to this question is a resounding no. I would have all the gear, but if I didn't use the windsurfing board and all the equipment, I wouldn't be a windsurfer. Actually, I would be the owner of a windsurfing board and all the equipment. Could this be relevant to our Christian walk? God has given us all the equipment, but are we using it? Let me ask you this question. Could this year be a significant year or a significant season for you this year? What I'm saying to you today is, never give up. Do you remember when you were called by God? Well, He hasn't finished with you yet. Elam Sounds sing a song called We Say Yes. The words to this song go like this. We choose to serve you, to follow where you lead, to be your witness, to be your hands and feet. Whatever you have for me, whatever lies ahead, we say yes. In every season, we can trust you, for you are with us. You are always good. We say yes. The words to this song sum up our response to Jesus. Jesus will guide us and lead us as we run the race that is set before us. And in Matthew 6, 9 and 10, Jesus gives us guidance on how to pray. He said, "In this manner therefore pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." His kingdom will come. His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen. Well, thanks for listening. Bye for now. God bless.